Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Chayei Sarah. It's all about Yishmael. So in Shevii of this week's Parsha, we have discussion of Yishmael's death and his descendants. And one of the questions we have is in Perek Chafhei, Pasuk Yud Zayin. The Pasuk says, "Ve'ela shnei Chayei Yishmael ma'ash shana u'shloshim shana v'sheva shanim vayigva vayamas." These are the years of the life of Yishmael, 100 years, 30 years, and 7 years. Famously at the beginning of the Parsha, talking about Sarah Imeinu, it says, Vayu Chayei Sarah, Meya Shana, Esrim Shana, Vesheva Shanim, Shnei Chayei Sarah. So Rashi has a famous explanation that is to teach us that her greatness, that like at 100 she was like 20 pure without sin, and at 20 she was with beauty like at 7, which, since beauty is usually more beautiful at 20 for a woman than at 7, what could be the explanation? So one explanation is that when you're 7 years old, it's all natural beauty. You're not trying to put makeup or anything to look better. By 20, you start putting that on. But Sarah, who was even in Egypt at 90 years old, they wanted to be with her. They saw how beautiful she was. And all her life was equal in good. That's what Rashi says. So are we supposed to infer from this that Yishmael was on such a high level? Yishmael was a para Adam. He was a wild man. So one answer is that actually in the end he did tshuva, and that's why the language says vayigva vayamas vayesef alamav. It's a language reserved for tzaddikim. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he was on the same level, and he wasn't, as Sarah Imeinu. If we look closer, we actually will find that elsewhere in Tanakh we have that other explanation when they say these are the years of X and he lived Y or Z years, and it was the same language of this year's and that year's and everything for the total. So that's the language, because it says these are the Shnei Chayei, so that's why we go into that method of explaining. But by Sarah, it actually says Vayu Chayei Sarah. It doesn't say Shnei Chayei Sarah. So it could actually just gone in straight to Vayu Chayei Sarah, 127 years. Since the pasuk went and made the effort to say Meya Shana, Ve'esrim Shana, Vesheva Shanim, so then Rashi learns all these wonderful things about her. Coming back into Shvii, so we have the listing of the Toldos of Yishmael ben Avram, and they were very proud to be ben Avram. They didn't want to change that or hide that. In fact, they're very good at historically keeping their names. Like towns and villages, the Arabs don't change it. So in Israel, when they needed to know what an original name of a town, that to see if it corresponds to the biblical place, they actually use the Arab names and check that way. But we learn, according to the Torah Anthology, the English translation of the Me'am Loez, that there's a minhag to read these psukim with the names of the sons of Yishmael. Because it can teach us a lesson, and one such lesson is in Perek Chafhei Pasuk Tes Vav. It says the first three. It says three of the sons, Mishma, Duma, Veduma, V'masa, and that teaches us that if one is Mishma, one hears other people insult him, but he remains Duma, quiet, then all his sins will be lifted away, Masa. And in addition, his reward will be the next pasuk, the next 4 sons. Chadad 5, Chadad v'tema, Yatur v'nafish v'kedma. So he'll become very chadad, very sharp in his knowledge of the Torah, and he'll be able to speak of its tema, of its mysteries, and God will keep him and make his name great, nafish, as the sages of old, of Kedma. So we can learn a proper behavior just from the names of the sons. We often find that places are not just, and people are not just named as their actual names, but they're also references to other occurrences, other meanings, to teach us lessons. And even from the sons of Yishmael, we can learn various lessons. And of course, we can learn the lessons from Avram and Sarah, how to live their life fully, to make the most of it when we're young and when we're old. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.